Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
And welcome back here to Bill Vining Arena for a conference matchup. It's finally conference season, Cameron, and we've got a great one on tap for you guys tonight. East Central coming to town for men's and women's basketball. Women's first. I'm Isaac Bourne, joined by Cameron Boyd, and welcome to the Capital Technology Group pregame show. Now, looking into some of the things we've got going coming up, I had a chance to sit down with Coach Nick Long earlier this week to talk about this game and the non-conference schedule. Meanwhile, after that, we'll talk a little bit of basketball, and we'll talk about what you can expect to see for this game coming up between the Tigers of East Central and the Tigers of Ouachita. We'll send it to me earlier this week here for Coach's Corner.
And welcome back to the Capital Technology Group pregame show. I'm Isaac Bourne here for Coach's Corner. Now here with Coach Long. And Coach, coming into this season, you know, this team has been coached by three different coaches in the past 3 years. So talk about what your approach was to this team now starting at 3-1.
Yeah, so I mean, we got into it this summer, well, not summer, but this fall when school got going and everything, and just really wanted to try to kind of bring back, you know, the fun of the game back for this group, because they had good coaches their previous two, but you know, they having the turnover and the change, you kind of lose a little bit of joy, because it's just always something new. You're just the kind of pressure of a new coach, new system. Every time you turn around, it takes some of the fun out of the game. So just really kind of bringing back that fun, and then introducing just kind of our coaching style and kind of how I operate, which was completely different compared to the last two coaches they've had, especially for the senior class who've been here for all three coaches. But no, we really got after it. We really had a good time getting to know each other, you know, figuring things out on the floor as we go, and then really got after it. Started seeing some really good growth and all in the early preseason, and then you looked up, and now here we are with conference play starting.
And Coach, you mentioned those seniors. Most of the time, new head coaches usually in this era have the ability to kind of build a team based off of some younger players or transfers, but this team, no transfers as of this year, and it's a very experienced team. So talk about the difference that you really seen from, you know, having to bring in, you did bring in your fair amount of freshmen, but the starters practically all experienced players. Yeah,
I'll say no question about that. That definitely helped with, even though it's a new system and new kind of way of playing for them. The fact that, you know, five of them have played together for 3 years now, that leads to a lot of easy cohesion to happen. And then, you know, like you said, just the difference in having, you know, 10 of 13 back from last year with the new coach and new staff is just really a whole different ball game than what a lot of people are dealing with, because you look at, you know, two of our non-conference opponents in Missouri Western and even Mississippi College had a decent amount of returners come back, but you know, Missouri Western was an entire new. They had one or two returners. I can't remember how many it was, but then Fort Smith was a majority new team as well. So I mean, it really kind of you saw that kind of in those late game situations where we had a little bit more chemistry, a little bit more togetherness, just from just the years that they've spent together.
And then, you mean, these past two games, you mentioned these late game situations, two close ones, able to irk them out just because of the ability to, the cohesion, and also that Missouri Western game, a 9-0 run to finish off that one in the final minute. Just talk about those late game situations, though, and how you guys have been really able to steel yourselves in those times.
I mean, that was one thing, you know, sitting down with the players in the spring when I got the job, and then just in the fall when we got back, they were they were really two things. They wanted to play a tougher non-conference schedule than what they had, and they just wanted to figure out how to win close games. And I was like, well, I've got some things we can do to help with that, but it just comes down to y'all making plays. But I'll do our best to put y'all in those situations to make those plays. And they've really done a good job of kind of in what we've done in practice and really buying in. I think we spent probably the first month we did a end of game situation deal where we played it out, and so we just got really, really comfortable in those situations, even though practice isn't the same as a game, but just kind of got them really comfortable in those situations and coming to timeouts, coming to those huddles, and going out and executing what we need to execute and everything. And that really is. It was the first one was Mississippi College, where we got a lead late in the fourth quarter and held on to it, and then Missouri Western, like you said, 9-0 run, aided by a six free throw possession in there, but that was a 3-point game. Tip was at the free throw line to make it a 5-point game. It was pretty close to over at that point too, because she's been pretty steady at the free throw line, but no, just being able to go and make those plays and just build that confidence going into conference play is huge.
You mentioned Madeline Tipton, GAC Player of the Week this week, but a player that can really rack up the stats just about across the board. You talk about that game, 24 points along with a fair amount of rebounds and assists, not just the ability to score, but also run the offense at times, also play on the inside. I mean, a player like her, how have you been able to really utilize her in the best way to make her that number one option and use her as that?
Yeah, so it's about to get harder for her. Probably everyone in conference play definitely knows who Tip is, but she's been really, really easy to coach and just picking up on what we're looking for and what kind of the spots that we want her to really attack, and she had a tough start to the year shooting the three. There are no questions about that. She's a career somewhere between 35-40% three-point shooter. I don't know the number right off the top of my head, but she coming out of the first two games, she was shooting 7%. And I was like, no, you're going to keep shooting it. And you saw, she made I don't remember how many she made against Missouri Western, but then 4 for 8 day against up in Fort Smith on Saturday on the road was huge for us. Or 5, she may have made 5. I can't remember how many she made, but yeah, she shot the ball well. She's shooting it more like herself now, so just real excited about what she's doing for us.
And Coach, now moving on to this conference play, the GAC, the highest conference in Division II because of the Massey ratings, and then they also had the best non-conference schedule and non-conference record. You guys come into this one 3-1, East Central 4-0. A couple other undefeated teams, Harding at 6-0. I mean, how does it feel to be in, as of right now, the best conference in Division II? And I mean, what is your mentality going into that?
I say the whole thing was getting us in these 4 games was trying to get us ready for this 22-game just gauntlet that we're about to run, because it's different than what the MIAA and the Northern Sun what they do with their schedules. They don't play the double round robin that we play, you got to line up play everybody home and away, and so it really says a lot about the league and kind of the strength of the league.
So, Coach, tonight we move to this East Central game. This team 4-0 in non-conference, and they played a very solid non-conference schedule as well. What is your perspective going into this game against a similarly talented team? Yeah,
so they're playing really well. They're another group that kind of similar to us. They got a lot of the same pieces back from last year. I know you mentioned Burnett. She's a freshman, leading them in scoring right now. But Danifer and then Edelin, those two were kind of their main piece. A lot of their offense last year, and they still are this year. But kind of taking a little bit of the pressure off of them with the freshmen coming in and scoring the ball for them. But no, it's going to be a really tough game. We'll have to really, really buckle down and guard some actions that we really haven't had to guard yet this year. But I think we're ready for it. Hopefully we come out and we score the basketball. It's going to be a little bit of a contrast in paces as well, where we want to get up and down, and they're okay with the game being in the 50s and the 60s.
So, Coach, now talking about this, what is the bottom line going into this matchup?
It's going to come down to rebounding and making open shots. So that's what it's going to. If we can rebound and limit them to one shot, which that's what we've been preaching that in practice and during games as well. It's just if we'll limit folks to one shot, we're a pretty good defensive team. But I say we're letting people get second, third, and sometimes fourth looks that we got to clean that up, and we clean that up.
Coach, thank you so much for meeting with us. Good luck in your game today, and thank you guys for tuning in to Coach's Corner.
There it is, and welcome back to the court. Couldn't quite hear myself for just a second, and this game just about 5 minutes away from that final buzzer. So, Cameron, we're going to talk some basketball for just a second. This game between two conference opponents, ECU comes into this game 4-0, Ouachita 3-1. One thing Coach Long talked about is this Great American Conference and how strong it's been in the non-conference play. What do you think the key to both of these teams really stealing through a long GAC season is going to be?
I mean, I think, obviously, just speaking on tonight, this is conference opener for both teams, and they're both coming off of a win. So I think tonight they're going to come out hungry, but that's something that they're going to have to maintain throughout the season. You know, they have to be consistent with that. And
looking across the rest of the GAC, there's plenty of other games going on at 5:30 tonight. Other than this one, Southern Nazarene and Arkansas Monticello will be facing off. There'll be Southwestern Oklahoma State traveling to Searcy to take on Harding. Southeastern Oklahoma State will also be here in Arkadelphia. Them and East Central will do a little bit of a switch as East Central will go across the street on Saturday. Southeastern will come here on Saturday. Next up, Southern Nazarene taking on Southern Arkansas in Magnolia. I guess Southern Nazarene's playing twice tonight, but that's apparently what it looks like. Northwestern is going to be taking on Arkansas Tech at Tucker Coliseum in Russellville. And I guess Monticello is also playing twice tonight because Oklahoma Baptist is playing the Cotton Blossoms in Monticello. So 2 games in Monticello and 2 games on the road for Southern Nazarene. Cameron, I think they're going to have a pretty hard night.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty exhausted after 2 games.
But finally, we got about 3 minutes. Let's look into this ECU team specifically. Riley Burnett, the leader in scoring on the team, a little bit of a surprise after ECU returns a lot of their all GAC players. Burnett, the freshman out of Piedmont, Oklahoma, has really been the story this season for them.
Yeah, and then looking at the story for Ouachita, we have Madeline Tipton leading the Tigers in points, and also just being a playmaker for them every game.
And Tipton, she has just been on a tear this season. Last game, she had 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And her 2 performances against UFAS and then before that against Missouri Western were enough to give her the GAC Player of the Week award. Tipton has just shown that every single season she's improved just a little bit. Now this season, she's ready in her final year in this program. I really feel like this is the year for her to just absolutely take the league by storm.
Yeah, she's also 3rd leading scorer in the GAC. So I think that, shows that she is not only making an impact on this team, but throughout the whole conference.
And trying to get those 3-point numbers up, just under 30% on the season, but last game shooting 5 for 9 from deep. I really feel like tonight the catalyst for this team, this Ouachita win, is going to be Tipton's ability to make it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really important for them. And like you said, she kind of stepped it up last game. But again, with the consistency, that's something that's going to have to improve.
And then for East Central, we already mentioned Burnett, but there are a plethora of other players averaging just under 10 points per game. Obviously, there's Aba Fernandez, Jaden Weiberg, and Clara Danover averaging just around 8 points per game. Ella Levine averaging 8 points per game. And the reigning GAC Newcomer of the Year and all GAC second team player, Katie Edelin, as well, only averaging about 5.5. This ECU team really is relying on Burnett for a lot of scoring, and I feel like they have not shown fully what all of these players can do when they all get hot.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, since their other players are so amazing in those areas, they need to let them exhibit those talents, and maybe that's something we'll see tonight. Maybe Ouachita will have stronger defense on Burnett, and it'll give those players opportunities to show something.
ECU, a more balanced scoring attack. Meanwhile, Ouachita really running through Tipton, and also point guard Heidi Robinson out of Marmaduke, Arkansas. She's coming off a 22-point performance as well. We've got about 30 seconds. What do you got to say about Heidi Robinson?
I think she's also a threat to this ECU Tiger team. I think that we've seen her be super consistent with her 3-pointers and just scoring in general. And I think, along with Tipton, she's a big playmaker. Madeline
Tipton also being recognized for 1,000 points tonight as well in her career. Just an incredible milestone for a player that has been one of the best scorers in Ouachita history. 10 seconds away This has been the Ouachita Sports Digital Network Capital Technology Group pregame show. And now welcome to the game and GAC conference season.
Contest featuring the Tigers of East Central University against your Ouachita Tigers. Before we start our contest tonight, we invite you to turn your attention to midcourt for a brief but special presentation. Earlier this season, Ouachita senior women's basketball player Madeline Tipton surpassed 1,000 points for her career as a Ouachita Tiger. On the court tonight to present a commemorative ball to Madeline is Ouachita head coach Nick Long. Madeline is the 15th member of the Ouachita Women's Basketball 1,000-point club. So let's hear it for senior Madeline Tipton. And now we invite you to stand for our national anthem. And now introducing the starting lineup for the East Central University Tigers. Junior guard from Shawnee, Oklahoma, number 0, Mackenzie Herman. Senior guard from Gijón, Spain, number 1, Eva Fernandez. Freshman guard from Piedmont, Oklahoma, number 12, Riley Burnett. Junior forward from Arapahoe, Oklahoma, number 15, Katie Edlin. And sophomore forward from Abilene, Kansas, number 20, Clara Danifer. The head coach of the ECU Tigers is Heather Hurt. The assistant coaches are Caitlin Hodgins, Jeff McGahey, and Alyssa Brewer. And now, Tiger Nation, let me hear you roar! This is the starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers! Sophomore guard from Sheridan, Arkansas, number 11, Caden Porter. Senior forward from Hot Springs, Arkansas, number 2, Audrey Winfrey. Senior guard from Valonia, Arkansas, number 23, Madeline Tipton. Senior guard from Marmaduke, Arkansas, number 30, Heidi Robinson. And senior forward from Hernando, Mississippi, number 32, Abby Harrison. The head coach of the Ouachita Tigers is Nick Long. The assistant coach is Tyler Doyle. Tonight's officials are Montrell Simmons, Keith Wells, and Riley Hooten.
And there you have it, folks, the starting lineups for both teams. Shout out Ruby Trammell, by the way, for being the hype man at the end of the line. I've talked about it last game. You need a player at the end of the line there just to be able to get the players hyped up. Ruby Trammell steps up and does it.
Yeah, I remember they didn't have anyone last time. It was kind of sad, so it was good to see that.
Well, we'll see if that converts to the court. Starting lineups for both teams. First for East Central, it'll be Mackenzie Herman and Ava Fernandez, as well as Riley Burnett, Katie Edlin, and Clara Danifer. For Ouachita, it's the regular 5, Caden Porter and and Heidi Robinson at the 2 guards, Madeline Tipton at the wing, and Audrey Winfrey and Abby Harrison holding down the middle. It'll be Harrison versus Clara Danifer on the tip here. Tigers looking to start off 1-0 in conference play, and you don't know which Tiger I mean that for.
Both of them.
And the tip is going to go to Herman. Immediately she's going to grab that, even though it's tip towards Washita's side. Burnett driving right side, and she's going to take the bump from Harrison. And for the first time today and the first play of the day, she's going to head to the stripe.
Very early free throw shot there.
Burnett on the season shooting an incredible 90.9%. Burnett, the freshman out of Piedmont, Oklahoma, coming out of Piedmont High School, was an all-state honoree, but I think the biggest thing about her was that she was valedictorian through all of it. She misses the second one. ECU starts off with the 1-0 lead. Washita first offensive possession. We'll see what they do with it. Winfrey, she'll drive baseline, she'll pick it up. Harrison, nice spin move, and she's going to take the hoop in the arm. Abby Harrison, she'll head to the line for one more, and she says, I can do you one better. I'll make the shot this time. Harrison on the season, shooting a 63.6% from the line. And that one's up and good for her. Harrison will get the first 3 of the game for the Tigers. Here's Fernandez. Driving, back to the corner, here's Herman. The feed inside is tipped, back out for Herman, and she's going to get it up and in on the right side. Mackenzie Herman is going to get the first field goal at the buzzer of the shot clock. Washita, they have a tie score here, 3-3. Off the pick and roll, Harrison is going to go for another one, and she can't get that one to go. Rebound goes to ECU, and they'll take it the other way. And just a little high there on the entry pass, and Danifer can't get on top of it. Turnover for East Central. Just about a minute and a half elapsed here in the first quarter. Robinson coming off a 22-point performance. Here's Winfrey. Harrison, a little shifty with it, can't get it around, gets her own rebound, and trying to pass it back out to Winfrey, but that's stolen by Herman. Over to Burnett. She's yet to take a shot in this one. And the shot there is off the backboard and in. Katie Edelin will start the scoring for her today.
We're seeing really strong defense on Robinson coming down the court.
ECU, a team that typically likes to take things a little slower. Meanwhile, Washita playing a little quicker as Abby Harrison's got all 5 points today for Washita. Herman, once again, you see ECU slow it down. They like to take it to the end of the shot clock, and they're going to try to enforce that pace on Washita today. Burnett back out to Fernandez. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to drive, and the reverse is no good. Harrison's going to come down with it strong. Tigers a chance to take the lead back. Winfrey driving left side. She'll put it up and in off the backboard. And she's going to head to the line for one more. Didn't hear the whistle, but could have just been because of Dr. Modal's very loud voice.
Yeah, and I was going to say, she went through a couple bodies there, so going up and being able to make that shot took some real strength from her.
And this is Winfrey's, I'm getting this right, first trip to the line this season, and she's going to make the first one And so she'll be 1 for 1 in the 2025-26 season. Substitutions for the Tigers during that break. Samantha Watson coming in and Brooke Smith as well for the Tigers, for the Ouachita Tigers.
Yeah, that does get a little confusing.
Meanwhile, Natalie Payne, the 5th-year senior for ECU, the substitution for them.
Looked like maybe a little bit of miscommunication there on that pass, but they were able to recover.
Tigers playing with the lead, trying to make it bigger. Here's Watson on the left side. Smith, she'll lose it, and ECU's going to take it back. 1-on-2 on the fast break. Here's Burnett, the step through, and just can't control herself on the shot. Ouachita will take it quickly the other way. Robinson out to Tipton. Drive left side. Nice feed into Brooke Smith, and the shot off the backboard is in. Tipton electing to not take her first shot of the game and instead distribute it to an even more open teammate.
And now Ouachita's going to reach double digits on the scoreboard.
Here's Payne. Entry pass to Fernandez. She'll pass it back out, falling. Herman on the 3, and she's going to knock that one in. Mackenzie Herman, she's got 5 today after finding that one to go. Robinson, she'll drive middle. Nice little fake, and she's going to lay it up and in on the left side.
A nice move there, and she really just created some movement when everything was kind of at a standstill.
And Robinson very shifty with her passes as Brooke Smith's going to pick it off. And trying to keep it in the front court, Watson into Smith, and she's barely going to get that up and in on the left side. Head coach Heather Hurt for ECU calls a timeout as Ouachita is going to take a 14-9 lead heading into the break. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side, the winning side.
Welcome back here to Bill Vining Arena. Isaac Bourne joined by Cameron Boyd. And Cameron, in this one, we've seen a little bit of slow pace, and we've seen a little bit of pick it up pace from both teams trying to really battle out some play styles tonight.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm noticing is that Ouachita really needs to create more movement toward the basket. I just feel like there's a lot of standing around when, even if you don't have the ball, players could be moving, creating openings, things like that. And they're running a man defense on the ECU Tigers, it looks like. So I think they just need to communicate about when they're switching man and everything like that.
Peyton Mosley in the game for ECU. Meanwhile, for Ouachita, number 21, Bree Hubbard, seeing her first action of the game. Mosley, she'll get the switch onto Hubbard, and she just can't get that one up and in. So far today for ECU, they've been getting to the rack. They've just been unable to complete those shots. Hubbard, she's going to get the wide open 3, and she's going to lace it. One shot and one make for Bree Hubbard, the freshman starting strong tonight. Here's Mosley. ECU trying to counteract a 7-0 run for Ouachita. Burnett, she'll get that one stripped, but get it back. Payne backing down Smith. 5 on the shot clock. And she'll put it up. Can't get it to go, but she's going to earn 2 shots from the stripe here. Payne 1 for 4 on her shots from the free throw line this year. Robinson going out, coming in for her, Ruby Trammell. And that one rattles out for her. Natalie Payne, the graduate of Shawnee Mission South High School, the 5th-year senior, transferred from Hutchinson Community College. She's been in college for quite a while, but she's going to make that one and shorten the lead to 7 for Ouachita. Tipton over to Smith. Nice pass, nice ball movement. Watson the drive back out to Hubbard, and that one a little short. But ECU can't corral the rebound, and Ouachita's going to get it back on their own baseline.
And, we were talking earlier about how Tipton is leading the team in points, and I think so far it's been a little bit of a quiet night for her, so I'm ready to see some attempts here.
Tipton, Coach Long talked about before the game how they knew that they would key in on Tipton, as that was a nice pass from Smith. Trammell can't get it to fall, but he knew that other teams would try to key in on defending Tipton, and so far today she's known that, and she's found the ability to get her teammates open by the extra attention being put on her. Three-point shot is good. Credit Katie Edlin again for the shot. She's got 6 tonight, and she shortens the Ouachita lead to just 4. Handoff to Watson, drive left side, and she'll take the contact. It can't get the shot to go. Excuse me, looks like that was a charge as Watson just bullied through. And it'll be a turnover for Ouachita. Can't say Tigers. That's the hard thing about commentating both of these teams, that you can't say the Tigers do anything because they're both Tigers. Weiberg, she'll drive middle. Back out to Mosley. Here's Payne. Shot over, tipped in, rattles out for her, and Hubbard the strong rebound. 2.5 minutes. Here's Watson, and she'll find herself open on the break, and Tipton gets it to her for the easy layup.
Great play by her, and she's one that was also kind of quiet last game we saw her. So it's good to see her making these plays.
ECU on their own end. Pass into Payne, and that one's taken away. Tigers going quickly. Ouachita Tigers going quickly. Trammell into Hubbard.
Looks like a little loss of control under the goal there.
Smith, the fader, is going to bounce off the back rim and out for her. ECU quickly. Burnett. Pass out is good. Jaden Weiberg starting to heat up here. And now within 3 is ECU. Ouachita now looking to take this run down before it really starts. Tipton guarded by Burnett. Whistle blown, and they're going to call it on the freshman. Burnett just getting a little too close to Tipton there. Substitutions for both teams. Robinson and Porter in for Tipton and Watson. And then for ECU, Natalie Millwood in the game for them. And Ella Levine back in. Trammell, she'll take the screen from Smith. Smith, pass into Hubbard, and she'll get it to go. Brooke Smith wheeling and dealing tonight, finding the right passes at the right times.
And that was a perfect example of what I said I wanted to see, just more movement around the arc.
ECU looking to respond. Corner pass. 3 is up and no good by Levine, but nice offensive rebound. Here's Edlin. To the floor, and nice effort that time by Trammell, and Ouachita looking to expand this lead on the break. Out to Smith. Tigers passing it around. Here's Trammell, the drive, the pickup, and she's going to get it to go off the backboard. Ouachita really showing that they can get themselves going on a run today. Shot clock is off for ECU. They'll try to hold it to the last shot. First quarter dwindling down. Here's Mosley. Drive right side. No good off the right side of the rim. Tigers have a chance. Robinson got it up in time and no good off the backboard. And your score at the end of the first quarter, Ouachita 23, East Central 16. We'll be right back after the break for the second quarter of action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Back to Bill Vining Arena here for the second quarter of action, just seconds away from starting. Ouachita in that first quarter, Cameron, really just able to make those shots, and on top of that, incredible ball movement by this team.
Yeah, I think that's something that definitely improved as the quarter went on, just creating more movement and creating openings to actually drive to the goal.
And the story tonight as well for Ouachita, Madeline Tipton has not attempted a shot, but has really been able to be productive with the minutes that she's had on the court due to her ability to really distribute and play make on that side.
Yeah, kind of like you were saying, other teams are going to be targeting her more because they know how good of a player she is, and I think that's been shown tonight, but I think it also just shows how she can contribute to the team in other ways.
And Heidi Robinson will get the ball to start here. Ouachita, a chance with a made three to take a double-digit lead here at the start of the quarter. Trammell into Harrison. Guarded by Millwood. Robinson dumps it off, and it's stolen away. Here's Herman running the break. And she'll look to slow it down for ECU. Tries to get it into Fernandez. Now into Millwood, guarded by Harrison. Pass over to Levine. And that's Ruby Trammell falling to the floor and taking the harm. That'll be a charge on Ella Levine. And Trammell, we already mentioned that she led that hype circle at the beginning of the game, but just you need a player like Ruby Trammell, a player that isn't just going to get the team hype out of the game, but also get the team hype because of plays like that. That's what you call a glue guy, and I really feel like Trammell is that, as Harrison's going to get the and one. You know, this game, so many made shots, Cameron. I just don't have any chances to really focus in on player features.
That's true, and Harrison's having herself a night as well, racking up points and getting fouls on top of that.
It'll be, she goes one for two on the game free throws. That's her. She's still got 5. Excuse me, she's got 7. Millwood top of the key, trying to feed it inside, and Havens can't get to it. Wrestle around for it, and that'll be a jump ball. Good defense by Heidi Robinson to get a hand in there, but Havens able to jump to the floor. It'll stay with ECU here on the jump ball.
Seems to be maybe a little bit of confusion.
And there it is. Yeah, the possession arrow was pointing for ECU. So they'll keep possession. And on the push off there, Natalie Millwood getting a little too physical with Abby Harrison. And it'll go right back to Ouachita. So far today, we've really seen some success just going to the whole of this team. There's really not a single player on this team that has really stood out. It's just been a good team effort for Ouachita.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been very evenly distributed.
Robinson, the feed into Harrison. That one's stolen away. Fernandez on the break, followed up by Trammell. And they're going to whistle Trammell for the foul. But she said, first I got to get my hand on the ball. Fernandez is going to head to, no, that was a clean block by Ruby Trammell. And that's just out of bounds. ECU will maintain possession, though. What a play by, once again, this team's glue girl and Ruby Trammell.
And still you can see her just in, remaining very strong on defense.
Tigers lead by 9. ECU has yet to score in this quarter. To the corner, here's Winfrey, back to Harrison. Porter thought about it. Back out to Trammell. Harrison scoops it under and can't get it to go. It'll roll around the rim and out.
A good effort there. She just kind of was getting stuck in the middle. I think that's where that movement comes in handy.
This team so far offensively has really been running through Abby Harrison. Payne, the feed into Fernandez. That one goes out of the way and back to the Tigers. Here's Porter. The drive, and she gets that one to go. Caden Porter plows through the ECU defense, and she's going to go to the line for one more. And that's really what this Ouachita offensive attack has been tonight, Cameron.
Yeah, I agree. And that's going to be her first 2 points of the night. And here she is hoping to rack up some more with these free throws.
Substitutions for the Tigers. Brooke Smith back in the game. Michaela Vation in as well. And now there's Madeline Tipton back on the court. She's got 2 assists, but yet to attempt a shot. Ouachita, their largest lead of the game, now up to 12. Here's Fernandez. And she's going to carry that one over, and that's going to be a travel. ECU right now really needing some more momentum as Ouachita just taking it all for themselves.
And we see Samantha Watson coming in for Ruby Trammell.
And Watson, she'll take it down the court. Winfrey in the corner, feed into Smith, and she'll take the contact and put it up and in. No foul called, but Brooke Smith has been vital to this offensive attack whenever she's been in tonight.
And I think it's very important how strong her and Harrison are down there on that post.
ECU passing it around. Ouachita right now just has really been able to get whatever they want on offense. East Central really needing something here. Fernandez, that one off the bottom of the rim. And Ouachita once again back the other way. Here's Vation, gonna get her player to trip, and she'll draw the foul. Katie Edelin got a hand on it, but Vation just gaining enough contact there to send herself to the line. Substitutions once again for ECU. Coming in for Herman is Riley Burnett. And Mosley back in the game. Vation will make her first one. That makes her 2 for 7 on the season from the stripe. Second one is good for her, and she'll go a perfect 2 for 2 for the line. Here's Burnett. That'll be a kicked ball. Watson getting a hand on it. Getting a foot on it. It'll stay with ECU. Feed on the inside. Here's Edelin trying to get around Vation, and they're going to call her for the foul. Heading to the line for her first 2 of the day now, Katie Edelin. And Edlin, a player that has come with plenty of accolades in her GAC career. This is her second year playing for ECU. Was the GAC Newcomer of the Year and All GAC second team last year, but really just has not been able to find her way on the scoring side this year. Only 5.5 points per game. Rebound goes to Ouachita. Plenty of smiles all around from all the players. I mean, when you're up by 15 this early in the game, still plenty of time, though, for ECU to make a comeback as Smith can't get that one to go. Wrestle forward on the ground. And possession arrow back for Ouachita, and they're going to keep it. Great effort by Brooke Smith. Ouachita Tigers will take it out of bounds here. Watson looking to get it in, and Tipton has to jump for it. Madeline Tipton. The spin move, and just a little too much contact on Burnett there. Some aggression.
And she's going to flex as she walks away from that play.
And she said there, you know, it's not my fault that she's just not strong enough to take me on.
I mean, I guess she thought she was in the way. She was going to move her out of the way.
Officials now going to review that one. Looks like they might be trying to look for a flagrant here. Discussions here. Tipton, all smiles still for Ouachita. They know Tipton here knows and that right there it was just a basketball play, but we'll see as they come to the monitor here. If it is a flagrant for Ouachita, that'll mean 2 free throws for ECU, and they'll get the ball back, and that'll definitely go a long way towards some momentum shifting after it's really been all Ouachita here in this second quarter. And you see there, Tipton, you don't really see too much of an elbow there, Cameron.
Yeah, to me it kind of just looks like she was trying to create some openings for herself and move around that defender, but we'll see what the officials think.
You see right there, Tipton, that definitely is a charge. We'll see, though, if that's enough for them to overturn it and turn it into a possible flagrant. And you got to give Burnett credit today. She's really been the main defender on Tipton and has prevented Madeline Tipton from really doing anything offensively.
Yeah, and it looks like Tipton just got tired of that. She wants to make her impact on this team.
And when you've got a player like Tipton that averages just a little under 20 points per game, I mean, it can't exactly be fun to go without a shot attempt in the entire first quarter and half of the second quarter. Still reviewing the call here. You see the initial contact there. Cameron, I'll be honest, I do feel like that was a little bit of a flop, but either way, you draw the call, and that's exactly what Burnett did.
And I was kind of thinking the same. To me, it just looked like Tipton trying to make a play for herself, but we'll see what the official call is.
And either way, that's a winning play for Burnett. I mean, if it was contact, she is drawing the call. I mean, you got to put yourself in harm's way. But if it is a flop, I mean, that is also great gamesmanship from her just to be able to work the call.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like she's sticking to her assignment of staying on Tipton. That's probably, what she was specifically supposed to do.
Official's going to go to the table here. They'll talk to both coaches. Heather Hurt in her 4th season with ECU. Meanwhile, Nick Long, this will be his inaugural season with Ouachita.
And they're still talking through it with the coaches.
And after this break as well, we'll at the next dead ball pretty much, we'll have a media timeout as well. Just 11 seconds till halfway through this second quarter. Decision's been made here. And there you heard it right there. Common foul given to Madeline Tipton. It'll still be ECU ball, but she'll keep herself away from any more dangerous types of fouls. And so it'll be East Central basketball after Burnett having, like I said, the effort play there, able to draw the foul.
Either way, foul or not, we for sure knew it wasn't anything targeted.
It looks like they're going to stretch it into the media timeout as well, so we're going to take just around a 30-second break. We'll be right back for the continuation of this game here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Back to action here from Bill Vining Arena. Before the break, Madeline Tipton called for a common foul. It was reviewed to be a flagrant, but no elbows involved in the play. Here's ECU with the basketball. Burnett, she'll be picked up by Smith, and that one's stolen away by Watson. ECU will get it back. Here's Mosley left side. The drive over Smith, no good on the right side, and Madeline Tipton will come down with it. Great effort by ECU trying to get that offensive rebound, but Tipton will come away with it. Vation, she'll get stopped down low, back out to Tipton. Into Smith, and just can't complete the play there. Madeline Tipton set her up perfectly. Just unable to find the bottom of the rim there.
Yeah, I think she just went up with a little bit too much strength on that one.
And she's going to hook that one in. Peyton Mosley with her first points of the game. Vation, she'll drive baseline. And that'll be a blocking foul. Michaela Vation makes the shot, and she'll go to the line for one more. The freshman so far this season only averaging 1.8 points per game. She has already overcome that metric. Tonight she's got 4, going for 5 here at the line. So far tonight, Vation 2 for 2 from the stripe. And that one is up and good. You saw a little bit of confusion there. Players didn't know that it was just a one-shot foul.
Yeah, that, and I think they just couldn't quite tell if it was going to go in yet or not.
Here's Payne. Quick three is up and bounces out. Tipton driving right side, and this time she'll draw the foul. You've really seen ECU key in on her there, just getting a little too physical.
And, you know, that has to be frustrating. She's trying to create things for herself and just, you know, blocked at every opportunity.
And Tipton, just around 84% from the stripe this season, knocks down the first one. Out of Valonia, Arkansas. Made the Arkansas All-Star game as a senior in high school. And a double major in kinesiology and education. Also a talented musician.
Really?
She'll make both of them, and it'll expand the Ouachita lead. Here's Havens. Fernandez driving on Tipton. And that one will be up and in on the left side. And now you see the full court press. Winfrey will drive the floater, no good off the left side, and they're going to call Harrison on the foul. She just got a little physical with Weiberg that time.
It looks like maybe she was kind of reaching over her, which I think is probably really easy for her to do with her height, but still going to call that one a foul.
Ava Fernandez taking the ball down the court. Ouachita up by 16 here. No good on the right side. Had to shoot over 2 players. Shot on the left side is good. Weiberg, she's really been the influence for ECU out from beyond the arc tonight. That's her second 3. Hubbard, handoff to Robinson. Pull up from around the screen, and she'll get that one to go from the mid-range. You feel like every single time ECU gets something to go on their own end, Ouachita has an immediate response, and that really is the mantra of a winning team.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you've got to do. You've got to be able to come back at the other team.
And Weiberg that time looks like she just lost it, and she'll give it right back to the opposition. Winfrey will take it out for Ouachita. And you're starting to see this ECU full court press. So far, Ouachita breaks it here. 2 minutes remaining in the half. Robinson over to Hubbard. Off the pick and pop, can't get it to go on the left side. ECU back the other way. Now here's Fernandez. Driving on Vation. Easy layup, rolls in for her. Just gets past the Ouachita defense and finds it to go. Invasion looks right there, just took the contact and then just crumpled to the ground. It's a strong body really put on her there, and she couldn't really do much else with it. So it'll be back to ECU. Here's Fernandez once again, the native of Gijón, Spain. Payne looking for a teammate. Back to Fernandez. She's got Trammell on her. Havens. Payne just inside the arc. Shot clock winding down. 5 to go. Fernandez trying to get it to one of her teammates and stolen by Winfrey. Ouachita, they'll go quickly again. Robinson just can't get it to go on the little shifty left side layup. ECU now running quickly, but they're going to decide to slow it down once again.
And that's something they do often, which, I mean, I guess has been working for them, but it also gives the Ouachita Tigers time to set up that defense.
And Winfrey, she's going to swipe it away. And she'll put it up and in, and now the shot clock is barely off. ECU has a chance to hold it for the final 25 seconds of the quarter. Thought for a second Winfrey might be able to get it in for the 2-for-1. Ouachita, they lead by 15. ECU looking for some kind of spark to head to the locker room with. Fernandez, no good, but she's going to draw the blocking foul. 7.7 seconds remaining in the half. And Ava Fernandez will head to the line for her first 2 free throws of the game. Fernandez, she's the one continuing this trend of great free throw shooters on the team. She shoots 91.7% from the stripe. First one is up and no good. Fernandez transferred from Cisco College, second in the conference in assists per game. She averages just around 5. That one is good for her. She'll inch ECU 1 point closer. Shot clock ticking down. Winfrey, she'll put it up on the floater. No good. She'll get her own shot and make it to go. Audrey Winfrey is going to send Ouachita to the locker room.
It looks like maybe they're going to want to look at that one.
And yeah, away from the play, Winfrey got the shot to go, but Ruby Trammell shoved to the ground. We'll see what this looks like here. So, folks, just wait a second before we head to the break. We want to see if there might be a possible flagrant intentional contact during that shot for Ouachita. You see Winfrey, 3 seconds on the clock, puts up the floater. That one's no good. Then follows it up, makes it. It looks like that's all the officials were looking for. No looking for a flagrant.
Yeah, I think maybe just trying to see if that shot was going to count or if it was too late after the time ran out.
So Ouachita, they'll head to the locker room with a 16-point lead, and they are rolling on all cylinders. We're going to send it to the break. We'll be right back here for halftime. We've got some Christmas songs for you here. We've got some game summary and stat recaps, and we'll have just a little bit more. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Visit the Washita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Washita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Washita campus store. Go Tigers.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. And let us all with one accord sing praises to our heavenly Lord that hath made heaven and earth of naught, and with his blood mankind has bought. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. He is born, the Son of God has come to dwell, the King of kings and Lord of lords, Emmanuel. He is born,
And welcome back here to Bill Vining Arena. Isaac Bourne, joined by Cameron Boyd, and you can see us. You can see us over there, over in the corner of your camera. But we're going to talk a little bit first before we talk about the game. We want to talk about this basketball reunion coming up for women's basketball on February 7th, 2026 here at Washita. We're also supporting breast cancer awareness with Pink Out Weekend with special pink t-shirts that will be available to purchase. All donations will go towards the Lori Partridge Jeremiah 2911 Endowed Scholarship, which is awarded yearly to a current women's basketball player. They'll be recognizing Washita Hall of Fame coach Gary Crowder and the 2008-2009 Lady Tiger team for their accomplishments of making it to the NCAA Division II basketball tournament. If you were a team member, we would like to hear from you, so come join the alumni as they get together on Thursday, February 5th and Saturday, February 7th, 2026. For more information, please contact Teresa Schaefer Raymond at 713-293-2944. And thank you all. If you're a women's basketball alumni watching right now, thank you for watching the Washita Sports Digital Network. But Cameron, following that, we've got a little bit of time to talk about this game and so far, Ouachita has really imposed their will in just about every aspect of this one.
Yeah, I think they've been more strong at driving toward the basket. I was just looking at the stats, and this is the same for both teams, but just not many three-point attempts going on.
And Ouachita, they've really found that they've usually been a typically high-rate three-point shooting team, but tonight only 3 three-pointers attempted. They've really taken the ball to the rack and scored in bunches tonight. The leading scorer for the Tigers, it's tied between Abby Harrison and Audrey Winfrey. The two players in that front court have been vital for Ouachita.
Yeah, I agree. And just the way that they're able to make plays, Abby Harrison being strong under the basket, Aubrey Winfrey just, again, making plays, creating movement around the arc.
Meanwhile, for East Central, it's Katie Edlin that's really the player to look for them. She's got 7 points for them on 2 field goals made and 1 for 2 from the line. Edlin maybe starting to have a bit of a comeback game, but ECU is really going to need a bit of a comeback if they want to get back in this one. They trail by 16, and so far it's just been the Ouachita's just not been able to miss a shot. 59% from the field. Cameron, if you're ECU, what is the objective going into this second half here?
I think they focused a lot on guarding Tipton, kind of how we've talked about. And obviously, I mean, the team has been able to make shots without her being the lead scorer. So I think maybe they should shift their focus a little bit, move around their defense, and not put all their efforts on Tipton.
And this has been the Java Primo game summary and stat recap. We'll be back a little bit to talk a little bit more about this game prior to the start of the half. We've got about 4 minutes before then, so we'll send it to a break. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Owned by Ouachita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
And welcome back to the game here from Bill Vining Arena. I'm Isaac Bourne, and that's Cameron Boyd. And we already talked a little bit about the stats at halftime, Cameron, but the catalyst for both of these teams tonight has to be going into what do you think the catalyst has to be for the second half of both of these teams?
You know, that's a really big word for me that I don't exactly know what it means.
What do you think the bottom line for both of these teams is going to be tonight?
Okay, so kind of going back to what I just said, ECU, I think they need to kind of shift their focus on defense because obviously whatever they're playing going into the game hasn't exactly been the most successful, seeing as they are behind by a lot. And then for Ouachita, I think they just need to keep up creating movement around the arc, and again, just staying strong on defense. We saw ECU start to full court press them. I think maybe that's something that they could start in this half as well.
And ECU, more of a Virginia type offense. You see them really slowing it down, and they play very much in the half court. There's not as much fast break play as this Ouachita team that loves to get up and run up and down the court. And with these teams that play the slower half court offense, it's a lot more difficult for them to come back in games like this. So I'm interested to see if ECU still stays with that style of play or starts to up the pace a little bit and try to play at Ouachita's level.
Yeah, and I think maybe they should try to up the pace, just because when they do slow it down, it gives the Ouachita defense time to set up and just have a stronger defense. So I think maybe they just need to change around some of their methods.
And still plenty of discussion in the ECU huddle right now. Ouachita, their 5 starters back out on the court for the second half. It's the main 5, the 2 guards, Caden Porter and Heidi Robinson at the wing. It'll be Madeline Tipton, and then in the front court, it will be Abby Harrison and Audrey Winfrey. Meanwhile, for ECU, their main 5, their starting 5 is out once again. Mackenzie Herman, Ava Fernandez, Riley Burnett, Katie Edelin, and number 20, Clara Danifer. And here's the start of the second half, and ECU will get the ball. Here's the feed into Edelin. Tries to get it up over Tipton. Tipton will take the shot to the head. And she'll let everybody know, hey, I got hit in the head. You want to call that? Either way, Ouachita, they'll have the ball here on offense. Robinson over to Tipton. Feed into Harrison. Over Danifer, and that one's good. Abby Harrison trying to be the first to reach double digits today. She's got 9. Here's Edelin. She's got 7 as well. Winfrey getting her hand a little too much in there, and she's going to be called for the reach-in foul. That's her first personal foul, first team foul of the half. Now here's Burnett. Shot is good over Harrison, and Danifer is going to get her first 2 points of the half. Here's Ouachita now back down the court. Robinson drive left side, the kick out to Porter. That one was tipped, so it'll stay with the Tigers. They'll take it, that'll stay with the Ouachita Tigers, and they'll take it out of bounds here on the far side.
And I think Robinson does need a little more help up top when she's bringing that ball down. It seems like the wings aren't really stepping up to her sometimes.
Tipton, she'll drive right side on Burnett. Robinson, 3 on the shot clock. She'll take the shot, and it rattles out for her. Trying to get the shot up over Ava Fernandez. Fernandez back down the court with it. And now here's Burnett. Quiet in this one. Burnett's only got 1 point from the stripe as Winfrey's going to do it once again. She'll take a look back, and that one's stripped. Winfrey trying to get the easy layup, but great defense that time to play without fouling. It'll still stay with Ouachita on the baseline. Robinson to take it out. Tipton, she'll go up and pass it back out to Robinson. Floater is no good off the right side. She had a wide open lane for it, just couldn't get it to fall. Here's Burnett. Herman. Fernandez driving right side. She'll fall to the floor and just lose it, and it'll go back to Ouachita. See there, Fernandez trying to draw the foul, but no whistle for her.
And again, they're going to stay with this full court press. But Washita not even attempting to do the same.
Fernandez trying to get Robinson just to turn a little bit and take it a little bit more time off that shot clock. Tipton backing down Burnett, and she can't get that one to go. You can see the frustration tonight. I mean, that's only her first shot attempt. Shot, it rattles out for Edlin. Not a high-scoring affair tonight. And Robinson, she'll take the contact, and she's going to head to the line for two. See, maybe might have gotten hit across the face there. We'll see here on the instant replay. Robinson turns up there, and yeah, takes the contact to the face. She'll earn 2 shots from the stripe. Substitutions for Washita. Brooke Smith and Bree Hubbard are in the game. First one is good for Robinson. And Heidi Robinson out of Marmaduke, Arkansas. Another one of these seniors for this team. Knocks it down on the second, and she'll go to the bench. In for her, Samantha Watson. Only 5 total points scored by both teams here in the second half. We'll see if ECU can take the cap off the basket first. Here's Burnett. The spin move, trying to get around Porter, and that one's no good. She'll fall to the ground. Now here's Watson. Whistle blown. They're going to call Smith for the moving screen. She'll look around and say, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that it was necessarily an intentional moving screen. It looked like she had kind of turned her back to it and maybe wasn't trying to create the screen. I don't know.
Definitely didn't look like an intentional screen, but either way, officials call it there, so it'll be ECU basketball. Here's Burnett, guarded by Porter. Over Hubbard, and can't get it to go. No whistle, there it is. Brooke Smith going to be called on the foul, and Katie Edlin will head to the line. Neither team really has been happy with the officials tonight. Both teams really having to see lots of plays go uncalled and then some ones go very called.
Right.
Edlin, she'll knock that one in for her first point of the half. And the second one is no good. Brooke Smith on the rebound, and Washita will go quickly. Here's Porter driving middle. She'll try to get the shot up over Burnett, but the lockdown defender continues her reign. Burnett now on the other end. Kick out for Herman, 3, and she knocks that one in. Mackenzie Herman gets a 3 to open up the basket for ECU on field goals. Smith handoff to Watson. And another moving screen for Brooke Smith. And yeah, you saw the feet shuffling there, just couldn't get her feet set.
That's definitely something they're going to want to clean up, you know. You don't want to give easy turnovers like that.
And Brooke Smith, she'll head to the bench. That's foul number 4 for her, 1 away, and she'll be disqualified. Audrey Winfrey now in the game. Coach Nick Long, he's really been going between Brooke Smith and Abby Harrison as the de facto 5 on this roster, but now Madeline Tipton, she'll hold it down in the middle and grab the rebound.
I think she's just ready for some action for herself, to be honest.
And when you're a player that's as hungry as her, I mean, obviously, as Hubbard's going to get that one soft off the glass. A little bit of finesse from Bree Hubbard.
Yeah, great move there, pulling out the spin move.
Tigers of Washita lead by 16. Handoff to Burnett here. Pass in over Hubbard is no good on the right side. Contact on the rebound, and Hubbard's going to fall to the floor. Possession arrow pointing for Ouachita. And that'll be the media timeout. Ouachita, they lead by 16. Substitutions after the break, but we'll send it to one. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
And welcome back here to the action here from Bill Vining Arena. Ouachita leads this one handily over ECU. And Cameron, so far in this half, it's been really hard for either team to really get points up on the board.
Yeah, I think defensively both teams have been really strong, especially with ECU bringing out that full court press like we talked about. I'm wondering if Ouachita will try it, but I mean, at this point in the game, maybe it's not necessarily necessary.
I think, and definitely at this point for Ouachita, the thing that I'm really impressed by is with ECU, they knew that they had to play better defense on this Ouachita offense that's just been electric tonight. But Ouachita, they took that same prerogative as Harrison's going to go strong up on the inside, and that one's no good. They're going to call Trammell on the foul. A little too much aggression down low, so she's going to shake her head. ECU in the bonus, and from now on, they're going to take shots from the line. And that's a very early point in this game to already be here. For the rest of the way, we'll see East Central shoot free throws on every Ouachita foul, as that one's no good for Clara Danifer. Second one is up and good for her. Inches ECU back to within 15. Cross court, here's Robinson. She'll go over to Watson. Watson drive. Pass over to Robinson. Harrison, some moves on the inside, and give her 11 tonight as she's the first to hit double digits in this slugfest of a game.
Yeah, she's really been a big playmaker tonight, just being strong down there under the basket.
Fernandez, she's guarded by Watson here on the other end. Burnett now covered by Trammell. The shot over Harrison is good for Edelin, and she'll be the first to hit double digits for ECU. She's got 10 tonight. Trammell in the corner. And you're starting to see Abby Harrison get this face guard because you don't want to see her get it down low. Robinson, the deep three, rattles out for her. Battle for it. Samantha Watson on a basketball play is going to get called for a non-basketball foul.
And it looks like they're not really liking that call.
But either way, ECU going to head to the line once again. Like we said, they're going to be shooting free throws for the remainder of this game on every single foul. Not advantageous if you're Ouachita. Here's Fernandez heading to the line, a 91.7% free throw shooter.
Yeah, and knowing that fact, Ouachita's definitely going to want to cut down on the fouling, or ECU might be able to close this gap.
Fernandez makes the first. We'll see how she goes on the second. And that one is up and good. ECU now have cut the lead down to 13 for Ouachita. Here's Robinson on the other end. Harrison over to Watson. Back inside to Harrison, and just not placed in the right spot on the pass, and it'll go back to ECU on the steal. driving on Watson. Here's Fernandez. The kick out to Burnett. That one's way long, and Watson will get the rebound. Tigers slowing it down. Watson. Corner, here's Winfrey. And that one is good. Good ball movement by Ouachita, and Audrey Winfrey, the beneficiary of a corner three.
She's going to move up to double digits in points as well, right behind Harrison.
Winfrey, she's got 10 tonight. 2 players now in double digits for Ouachita. Now here's Edelin going for some more, and she'll get more. She's got 12 tonight, leading all scorers. Full court press for ECU continuing. Whistle blown. And we'll see what the call is. Officials coming here to the monitor. Stoppage of play. So interested to see what was seen on that last play. It looks like they're going to see if maybe there's a possible 8 seconds in the backcourt. See, the shot was made. And it's right there. It's shot clock malfunction. It doesn't looks like the shot clock did not restart. So they're going to reset it there and get it back up to however many seconds were elapsed there. So the play is stopped. It's going to give Ouachita and ECU both a free break. And we'll resume play from half court. And here's Heidi Robinson. Minute 48 here remaining in the third quarter. Ouachita trying to hold on to this lead. Harrison handoff to Tipton. Into Harrison. That one's, they thought it was a block, but she's going to get whistled for the foul. Put that one on Katie Edelin.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact on that one.
Edelin, that's her third foul of the game. And Harrison will head to the line for her third and fourth free throws. Harrison, that one's no good, rattling off the left side and out. Abby Harrison, the native of Hernando, Mississippi, comes to Ouachita. This is her senior year as well. After a very successful high school career, she'll make the second and expand the Ouachita lead to 15. Burnett, she stopped, has to get it back out to Payne. Payne driving and no good. A little too strong on the shot, and Ouachita quickly. Here's Tipton. Over to Winfrey. An open lane, she'll put it up, and it's good off the backboard. And Madeline Tipton, another assist for her. She's got 4 assists, and Audrey Winfrey with the beneficiary of that one, now up to 12 points for her. Burnett over Robinson is no good.
It looks like they're going to take away that full court press they had going on.
Watson drive baseline and can't get it to go, rolling off the front of the rim and out. Just around 7 seconds between shot clock and game clock. ECU has to get a shot up before the end of the quarter. Open is no good for Edelin, and Ouachita is going to look to hold it here. Here's Tipton backing down Burnett. Robinson has to get the shot up, and that one's blocked. Good defense by Ava Fernandez, and that's going to send us to the end of the third quarter. One more period to play here from Bill Vining Arena, and ECU's chances of a comeback is closely dwindling. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
Action just seconds away from returning here for the final period of play. Ouachita leads this one 57-40, and so far the Purple Tigers have had just about anything they've wanted on offense tonight.
Yeah, especially with ECU dialing back on their full court press, I think that's going to make a big difference. Even though, I mean, Ouachita did do a great job breaking that press and still moving it down the court, but even still.
Madeline Tipton in this one, that's the story for Ouachita. She's 0 for 1 on field goals, really not putting anything up and knowing that other teams are going to zero in on her, and so she's got 4 assists and 3 rebounds, really making plays in every other aspect of the game.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to the player she is. I mean, even if she's not able to put up points, she's still creating points for her teammates, and, you know, sometimes that's what's needed.
ECU, they'll start the quarter with the ball. Here's Mosley. Herman looking for a teammate. She'll get it over to Payne. And the feed inside is met with contact as Harrison trying to steal it away from Edlin. ECU will take it out of bounds here. Shot is up and it's going to hit the top of the goal, so it's going to be out of bounds. Levine, no good on the three-pointer. Full court press back in effect for ECU. Samantha Watson has to turn up. Trammell, she'll grab it. Watson, good ball movement by Ouachita. Harrison, and she'll take the harm, can't get it to go, so she'll head to the line for 2.
And even though she wasn't able to make that shot, just being able to draw the foul, I think, is still vital in this situation.
Harrison, she'll get 2 shots here. First one is up and good. That makes her 3 for 5 from the stripe tonight. And that one good as well. Perfect trip from the stripe, and that'll extend the Ouachita lead to 19. Their largest lead of the game. Here's Payne. The feed into Edlin. Guarded by Tipton, she's doubled. Mosley back to Edlin. Has to put it up and she'll knock it down. Katie Edlin will head to the stripe for one more shot after drawing the contact. Madeline Tipton not exactly too happy about the call there.
And that was a crazy made shot. I mean, she was mid falling on the ground and still was able to get that shot up.
And the circus play will award her 1 shot from the line. And that one is good. Tipton doubled. Trying to get it across the court. Watson back to Tipton. And once again, Ouachita will continue to break this press. Watson looking for around her man. Tipton gets it into Harrison. And Madeline Tipton, the nice pass inside, and Abby Harrison will draw the foul. Handoff. Tipton the spin move. And she'll draw the foul once again. And you see Tipton right there. She's like, just let me get a shot up.
Yeah.
Only one shot attempt today, and that one was no good. And at this point, if you're a player like Tipton, you don't want a foul. You just want to be able to shoot the ball.
Right.
Harrison, she'll finagle herself around Payne and get another 2. Abby Harrison just eating on the inside today with 16 points, 6 made field goals from there. Around the defense, and that one's no good. Ouachita comes away with it. 8 minutes remaining in this game, and it's 18-point lead for Ouachita. Tipton can't get that one to go, but she's going to head to the line for 2 more.
Still an aggressive drive there, still putting in that effort. You know, she's been frustrated, I think, all game long because the defense is just so intense on her, so great effort there.
And you know what, Cameron? Shots that you're fouled on don't count as field goals. So Madeline Tipton still only 1 attempted field goal tonight, and she'll try to go for her 3rd and 4th points at the stripe. Tipton just around an 85% free throw shooter. She knocks that one down. Week 2 GAC Player of the Week after a 24-point performance against University of Arkansas Fort Smith in the overtime thrilling win. She knocks them both down up to 4 in the game. And Mosley, she'll take it down the court. The kick over to Havens, and that one rolls out for her. Kaden Porter on the rebound. She's yet to score in this one, but that might be sure to change. Trammell the 3, and she knocks it down. Ouachita, their largest lead of the game, is up to 23 after the Ruby Trammell tray.
That was a good one, Isaac.
Just trying to have fun around here as Madeline Tipton steals it out of the air. She'll slow it down, back up to Porter. Here's Watson, just going to try to take some time off this clock. Harrison out to Watson. She'll take a 3, and that one's good. Ouachita finding every shot to go from deep, and that's Samantha Watson's first triple of the season. And inside, and Havens is going to draw the foul. Feel like when they saw the headband fall to the ground there, you got to call some contact there.
Yeah, that's not just going to fly off on its own.
Substitution for ECU, now back in the game. It's Ella Levine. Natalie Millwood can't get that one to go over Tipton. She'll grab the rebound and benefit off another foul. Madeline Tipton has just taken a beating today. You can see there by her facial expression. And you know, as a fellow senior myself, I can understand just being here for 4 years, and you can see the toll that it really takes on your body just playing in a program and playing so hard like Tipton has for 4 years. But now she's going to earn 2 free throws for it.
And especially tonight, just the aggression she's had to put up with.
That one's good off the front of the rim and in. And you mentioned it. The type of defense that's been put on her tonight has been suffocating. And instead of trying to go for her own shot anyway, Tipton has found every single aspect of the game for her teammates, and she's really managed this game for her team. And there she heads to the bench after what has really been a job well earned today for her.
And that's what you want to see out of a team leader.
And Mosley will take it down the court. Ouachita, they lead by 28, their largest of the game. Every score they make now is their largest. Millwood, that one is good for her. Trammell gets it back to Watson. Porter Cross-court pass. What a find to Trammell, and she'll finish the play off. And that duo of sophomores right there, the future for Ouachita, and the future is bright. Haven, she'll take the long mid-range shot, and that's no good. Rebound picked up by Herman. Pass inside. Here's Millwood. She'll take the shot over Watson, and that one's no good. You see the thinking there. Millwood standing at 6'1", Watson around 5'6". But either way, Millwood can't get that one to go. Substitutions waiting for Ouachita. Trammell, she says, hey, give me a third one. Just can't get it to go that time. That one will sail out of bounds. Substitutions for Ouachita. Bree Hubbard back in the game. And then Aubrey Henderson and Austin Olin seeing their first action of the court today. Ouachita throwing in some players further down the bench. Kylie Ross in for the first time today for ECU. And stolen by Henderson. And she'll slow it down. Trammell thought about the three. Olin, the crossover. The Euro step, and she'll draw the foul. And what an athletic play by Olin. She's going to earn herself 2 free throws. And they're going to say she actually committed the offensive foul, and that's what's going to set us to a break. Tigers lead by 29, and that's the Ouachita Tigers for those listening. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
And that was the final media timeout of the game. Ouachita with the 29-point lead over conference foe ECU. They're pretty much in line here to hand East Central their first loss of the season and their first loss of conference play. But obviously you don't want to take anything out of the question as Ouachita looks to finish the job with just around 4:53 remaining in this contest.
And this win would set up Ouachita, I think, for a, just a good start to their season, being their first conference win if they do take this one.
And ECU, with a loss here, they can't finish off their Arkadelphia trip without a trip across the street on Saturday. So we'll see how the response for them at the Duke Wells Center on Saturday is going to look. But first, you got to see how this one finishes. The three from Ross is no good. Nice offensive rebound, and ECU will maintain possession. Mosley looking to get around the Ouachita defense. Throws it over to Levine. Three is no good, and another rebound goes to Millwood. Ross, step back three, and that one's good. Kylie Ross gets the three, and she shortens the lead to 26.
I think Ouachita was lacking the height they typically have under the goal on that one. They just couldn't quite get the rebounds.
Whistle blown, and we'll see what the call is here. The official on the opposite side of the court made the call. And we'll head to the monitor once again to see what was going on there. And just looking here at that last inbounds play. And maybe looking for an 8-second call. Obviously, you've got to be able to get the ball in play before the 8 seconds start. But 8 seconds was elapsed on that shot clock. Looks like they're saying that the shot clock started before the ball was inbounded. So another shot clock error is going to give both teams an extra rest. So they'll reset it to 28. It'll be a Ouachita inbound. And head coach Heather Hurt, she's really gone through a bunch of different lineups for this ECU team trying to counteract the Tigers of Ouachita, but so far she's just been unsuccessful. Vation. They're going to say she stepped on the sideline, so that's a turnover for Ouachita. Michaela Vation just not able to really see where her foot was there. And Cameron, you're going to have fun with Michaela Vation because I can already imagine the puns for her in the future. Some elevation when she gets up and gets a nice layup or something. Mosley on the left side. She'll pull up for three. No good off the left side, and Olin's going to get the rebound. Here's Henderson. She'll drive, and that one's blocked by Millwood. ECU back the other way.
And a completely clean block on that one.
You got to see Ouachita really take some more time off the clock there. Not really using the extent of that shot clock, and that one's going to be no good. Wrestle for it. It'll be jump ball.
And they're definitely going to want to see more Ouachita rebounds as well on defense. I think that's, giving ECU way more chances.
And that's the sacrifice you make when you don't have some of your main front court players on the court, is that one's stolen away. Mosley guarded by Vation. She'll get it to Ross. Havens, she'll get that one up and in for her first points of the game. Tigers of Ouachita trying to break this press. Olin gets it to Vation, who swings it over to Henderson. And Hubbard, she'll scoop it over and out, but she's going to head to the line for two. So far tonight, the freshman Bree Hubbard, she's made her impact on the game as well. She's got 7 points, and this will be her first trip to the stripe. Ouachita, they've not scored in the last 3.5 minutes. There's their first point. Second one rattles out for her. She'll go 1 for 2 from the line. Ouachita, they lead by 25. Just around 2:15 remaining in this game. Mosley off the screen. She'll give it right to Ruby Trammell. Ouachita slowing it down. You just want to take some time off this clock here and settle down for the win.
Yeah, and they definitely have the advantage here, so they have the time to use.
Trammell, she'll get it into Hubbard. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and she'll draw another foul. Give her 2 more shots from the stripe.
Looked like maybe she was a little tripped up there. But either way, she still has the opportunity to get 2 extra points.
And good job that time by Hubbard, getting off balance, but finding a way to still get the call instead of possibly a walk. Hubbard, that first one's up and good for her. And Bree Hubbard, the native of Godley, Texas, graduated from Godley High School, and also lettered in softball, volleyball, and track and field. Just a multiple sport athlete, as that one's going to be out on Vation.
And playing that many sports does make you extremely athletic, and I think that's something we've seen from her tonight.
Hubbard, a player that can play on the inside, but also stretch the floor incredibly well. She's made a 3 tonight, but multiple games this season where she's made multiple 3s. Mosley, Levine on the drive. She'll draw the contact, and Levine heading to the line. Plenty of fouls, really just deciding to be called in these final 2 minutes here. Levine, that one's up and good for her. The native of Fort Collins, Colorado, knocks them both down. And those are her first 2 points of the game. Here's Olent over to Hubbard. She'll take the mid-range shot, no good, and Olent will get back on the rebound. Washita, a chance to take some time on the clock, behind the back, out to Trammell, and no good, too long on the three. Invasion just couldn't handle the rebound. Saw right there, Austin Olent just saucing up the defense, and Trammell couldn't complete the play. Saw her go over to Olent after the play saying, I'm sorry for taking you off Sports Center there. Under a minute left to play. Havens thought about it. She'll pass it back out. Here's Mosley. Over to Ross. Here's Millwood. Shot by Mosley is no good, and Washita, they can run this clock out if they so choose to. And a game well earned. Washita dominating in every aspect of the game. And the Tigers here of Arkadelphia, Arkansas, are going to come away with a 24-point win to open conference play. And ECU picks up their first loss of the season. Without the help of Madeline Tipton in the scoring column, only 6 points for the senior, no field goals. And Washita comes out on top of this one, 76-52. And really, Cameron, all you can say about this one has to be just good basketball and great mechanics by a team that has been ready for the moment, and they finally find a time to open conference play with a bang.
Yeah, and I mean, especially having who is their team leader, you know, not being able to step out and lead them the way that she normally does. I think they did a great job at just adjusting to that and proving that they can work together as a team, you know, with whatever challenge is thrown at them.
And Abby Harrison leading all scorers tonight from Washita. She had 16 points in the game to go along with 5 rebounds. Just dominating on the inside. Meanwhile, Audrey Winfrey with 12, 5 for 7 from the field with a 3. And then for ECU, Katie Edelin leading all scorers for them, 5 for 10 from the field. And now coming up next, we'll have Coach Nick Long to talk with me about this one. Washita just dominating in all aspects of the game. I've been saying that for all day, but that's really what it was. Just a great game of basketball for Washita. And now joined here by Coach Nick Long. And Coach, just congrats on the win, and your first conference win of the season, and just a well-played game all across the board.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Isaac. I'm losing my voice a little bit right now. I don't know with the weather or what, but no, great effort by us all around. We out rebound. That's the big challenge I gave them going into the game was we don't get out rebounded today. We go and we're aggressive and we're going to get the ball with 2 hands. And I felt like we did a really good job at that tonight.
And Coach, I'll go ahead and mention the elephant in the room. Madeline, not a single field goal made, only 1 taken. And you talked about that a little bit in our interview yesterday. You knew that she was going to be zeroed in on defense, and she knew that as well. And just what a game from her to be able to take herself out of the spotlight and find a way for her teammates.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't press. She didn't really just try to do anything that was outside of what they were giving her. And they had a good game plan to take her away. I'll be interested to go back and watch it on film and see, you know, what they did, what we can do better, you know, the next time and when we go back over there and play them. But just really pleased with just the way, the balance that we had all across the board. I know Aubrey and Austin didn't score, but everybody else scored. Everybody else made a play, made a bucket. They all did something tonight. It was really good to see.
And another great thing about this one, really, you guys played from the inside out, really able to score on the interior. Abby Harrison, really the culprit of that there. I mean, just a great play on the inside, and then also able to really make opportunities happen from the top of the key. I mean, what is her impact from her height, but also her ability to be strong on the inside and get shots to go? What does that mean for you guys?
Hey, I mean, she's still working herself back. That ankle still isn't all the way back right. She rolled her ankle right before our first scrimmage in October. And so, she's still just now getting back going, getting everything going, where she feels like her foot's coming with her. But she's huge for us in what we do and getting down there and just being a steady presence and going and finishing some tough buckets.
And then finally, yesterday, you also mentioned the pace of both of these teams being two different types of things. You guys like to get up and down the court. ECU likes to slow down and play more like a Virginia type offense, but you guys really punched them in the mouth at the beginning and took them out of the game from really being able to make a comeback in this one. What was the approach on how to make them play your game?
It all comes into making a couple shots early, and then that's when we can get out and we can go and we can make things happen that way. And we're at our best when we're playing fast and we're playing that way. And a little bit in that third quarter we tried to relax and just we were gonna be able to just kind of cruise through, but that one we weren't gonna be able to cruise through. You can't just cruise through a game in this conference. I say it was great to be able to get some rest for them in that fourth quarter, but we got to turn right back around, regroup, go get locked in for Southeastern Oklahoma on Saturday, and give that one the same effort, because that one's going to be a track meet. So we both want to get up and go.
And so good luck. I'll let you go talk to your team about this big win. Southeastern Oklahoma on Saturday. Good luck to that one as well.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Isaac.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, and thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back with the men's team warming up in front of me right now. We'll be right back for the next stream, so make sure to stay here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network YouTube channel, and we'll have the men's stream up in just a moment. But for tonight, this has been Isaac Bourne. That's been Cameron Boyd. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in just a moment.
Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Barnett, ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.